My name is Elvis. If you don't know me by now, then you shouldn't know me. Bye.
All
No, I'm just kidding.
right, man. We'll start with introduction. All right, guys. First of all, welcome back to the Calbros podcast. This is, the number one podcast in Regina. I mean, not just Regina, the whole Canada, bro. This is the best podcast in Canada, bro. What are you talking
In the
about?
world.
The world, bro. The world. What are you talking about, man? We're the best podcast in the world.
Yeah.
You're gonna manifest that, The words is very powerful.
Yeah. Yeah.
And our guest today is
Elvis. Yeah.
Elvis.
I'm Elvis. I've been around Regina for just roughly over a year now. Yeah. And I'm a student at the Polytechnic.
South Tech, hey,
Yeah.
international student.
Yeah, I am.
Man, that's very cool. Like meeting you, bro. By the way, let's talk about like how we met, bro.
Yeah.
I was actually shopping at Walmart and I saw you there, and we were just you kind of helped me with the till. I was like, yo, let me talk to this
Yo,
guy for a little bit.
was it actually the seal or was it the self checkout?
Self checkout. It was
Was
the
it?
self checkout. It was the
Yeah.
self checkout. The first time we met.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you looking for a financial advisor? Well, you came to the right podcast. Click link below and check out for more information.
It was the self checkout, and then we just kind of had a short conversation, and then
Yeah.
from that day on, bro, who would have thought that we just met at Walmart and now we're sitting here and
You
having
know,
this conversation?
honestly, I like no matter where I am, I always have my radar up. So, looking at you, I knew that there was something to get out of this guy.
Yeah, the energy is there. You could feel it, hey? Like
Yeah, man.
that's always with me too when I'm around. I always, whenever I look at a person, I
Hmm.
always feel some sort of energy,
Yeah.
whether that energy is something that doesn't click.
Hmm.
Because I believe, man, like this world, you know, we're everything is science.
Everything is science.
Everything is science, man.
And man, I mean, the world, like the physical distance is so much, but like, I mean, it's really just like a room now, right?
We're in a box. We're
Yeah,
in a ball or in a round circle,
yeah, in a
spinning
really,
spinning tiny
in a golf
dust.
ball.
Yeah, it's in a speck of dust, bro.
Yeah,
Out of in the galaxy, bro, spinning out there.
yeah.
And you know what fascinates me with like doing this podcast?
Hmm.
It's basically a documentation
Hmm.
of a memory
Hmm.
that can't be deleted unless if you delete it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I mean,
and a memory that you could share
hmm,
to the world.
yeah. And on the internet, nothing is really ever deleted. If
Yeah,
you upload something,
it's out there.
it's still out there somewhere.
It's gonna be out there. That's true.
It's out there somewhere.
That's true.
Yeah.
Unless if the whole electricity goes disappears, man,
Man, I guarantee
we
you, it's
won't have
still
a.
out there somewhere.
Holy crap! That's true.
Yeah.
It's gonna be out there. I wonder where it goes. Where do you think it goes?
I mean, if you delete something on your phone,
It will be deleted on your phone.
it will be deleted on your phone. But I mean,
It's saved on a
somewhere,
drive somewhere.
yeah, somewhere. It's definitely like you can always pull it out somewhere, some way, somehow, if you have enough money, though.
I agree, bro.
Yeah.
No, that's true
Yeah.
because when you upload it, it's
Hmm.
basically on it's on the data of a full of memory, and then when you delete it, it might not show on your end, but it's gotta be
It's
somewhere.
got to be somewhere.
Holy
It's got to be
crap!
somewhere. And speaking about the whole podcasting, like why did you start though?
Where did I start?
Yeah, why did you start?
You know what, man? You know what's crazy? Like I started before having a kid,
Hmm.
and it wasn't really hard. It wasn't really pushing through about it. It was
Hmm.
just kind of like, oh yeah, no, I just want to do a podcast to document or to network,
Hmm.
to find people out there on the
Yeah.
internet and
Yeah.
to to leverage in anything. It could be business, it could be leverage on your work. Maybe I could find someone that could help me do a few tasks, like especially I'm on to video editing and all that. So like maybe I could find someone that can help me with editing, right?
Yeah.
And the only way to do that is if you do it locally, you're only targeting, let's say Regina, you're only targeting 200,000 people.
Hmm.
But if you do the internet, you're targeting billions of people. So that's where I was fascinated with doing this and the way how we can send an audio
Yeah.
through thin air, bro. Like literally, that's how it is, man. When you upload it, it literally
Flies, eh?
flies, bro,
Yeah.
into someone's phone. That's magic, bro.
Yeah. That's magic.
Right? Like, don't you think about it? Like, bro.
Yeah. So like I feel so here in Regina, how many sources of income do you think someone can, you know, realistically survive on?
Minimum of two.
Two.
Minimum of two. I'm not just speaking of Regina, bro, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
speaking across Canada right now.
Mm-hmm. Why? Why
Minimum of
two?
minimum of two, especially if you, well, it depends, man, because an average Canadian is only making 50, 60,000 a year, or maybe less. I might be wrong,
I think less.
less, right? And how much is a regular household nowadays?
Like rent or like to actually own a like a
Rent,
mortgage.
rent or mortgage. It doesn't matter. But if you do the math, it still doesn't add up, bro. You gotta buy groceries, your rent,
Mm-hmm.
your gas. You on top of that, you get tax. And when you buy things, you get tax, so you double tax right there.
I've always wondered how the taxing system works.
It's crazy, man.
Like you work a 9 to 5,
Yeah,
you get a job, and then on your salary you're taxed,
yep,
and then the money comes into your hand, and then if you want to spend it in a grocery store, you're taxed.
yep.
And then like how?
That's what I. That is us to not know, for the government to know, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't freaking know. Where does the money go, bro? Think about it.
I mean, I remember sometime when I was taking a course in economics, they say something about taxes being a way to curb inflation. I really don't know how that works. Video, some will know what finance is, some probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
What would you say finance actually is? When you say go into the world of finance, just like
I
give
mean,
an example.
there's definitely lots out there. You could go into the insurance space, sell insurance,
Mm-hmm.
or it's not really sell. It's more like providing insurance to the
Mm-hmm.
people. I have to be careful with what I say here too, because gotta be quiet. But yeah, so um, I think providing insurance,
Mm-hmm.
any insurance,
Mm-hmm.
that's probably what, because think about it. What is, how does Canada work? Like when you buy a phone or a car, what do
Mm-hmm.
you need?
I don't know. You tell me. Oh,
In-
insurance.
Yeah, right? Right? What do you need? Insurance.
Yeah.
But the only difference is that, or even a house, when you
Mm-hmm.
rent, people don't think about a rental insurance, but you do need a rental insurance. When you buy a house, you buy a mortgage insurance,
Mm-hmm.
right? When you buy, there's fire insurance too. If your house, burns down,
Given this scenario, you put a fire insurance on this home,
yeah.
and then you pay like how much is reasonable to pay per month? $100?
Let's just say 100.
A
Okay,
hundred?
let's just say,
And if it's like 10 years long,
yeah,
so what happens? So it means after a year you would have paid 1,200.
yeah.
So when the fire, like if something happens and then say there's a fire, so would the insurance company give you 1,200?
No.
No?
It depends on your coverage. Let's say you have a coverage of 500,000, which will cover the whole house.
Mm-hmm.
That's how much they'll pay you.
So you mean for 10 years, if I'm paying $100 a month,
Yeah.
and after 1 year I've paid 1,200, it doesn't matter. The insurance is gonna give me 500,000.
Yes.
Why isn't everyone doing insurance then?
Exactly. Because they're not educated. That's just how it is, man. Like, think about it. I went to school here, bro. From elementary to high school to college. They do not teach any of that stuff.
I mean, because like if it's okay, say you pay 200,
Yeah.
it means after a year you would have paid 2,400.
Yeah. Which means it depends on your they'll obviously calculate how much, what your age is, what
Yeah.
your health I mean, let's say life.
Okay.
Obviously they're gonna evaluate your situation first,
Mm-hmm.
right? How much do the person need, right? And then let's say you pay 200, obviously that would be a big coverage.
Mm-hmm.
And for a 20-year-old, maybe he's got a business, maybe he needs that, then okay,
Mm-hmm.
he needs that much coverage. But if he's just single, not doing anything, working, he probably needs a little bit of coverage, so he probably could just pay less, right? So it depends on the coverage the person needs. It depends on how much, mm, their network is.
I mean, even if you pay 2,200 a month,
Okay, yeah,
that's 2,400 a year.
yeah,
In 10 years, that's 24,000.
right,
And if something happens, you're giving you 500,000.
exactly.
I
That
feel like
who's
it's
taking the
it's
risk?
it's worth it either ways.
Exactly.
Like
That's what I'm saying. And
that's 20 times the money.
people don't get that, you know. And I have to be careful with what I say, but I think, um, well, the insurance company takes the risk, right?
Yeah.
Not the person.
Yeah.
So if you really think about it, I know there's a lot of insurance companies out there because that's how North America works.
Mm-hmm.
Even Europe, you know. Even, let's say, man, there's even, I don't know if you've seen this, bro, but there's like news, man. Like a Philip, it was a Filipino. family
Mhm.
in Vancouver. Okay. I think they're PR. I don't know what it was, or citizen. But anyways, that's not the story. So they have their family come over here to
Mhm.
visit 6 months, and their family got sick. Obviously, a visitor is not covered. You're
Mhm.
not a PR, you're not a citizen, you're not gonna be covered through healthcare here.
Mhm.
So you know what happened, bro? Got really sick, man. Went to the hospital, and literally, bro, the bill was like 100, 200 grand. How do you pay that off with no insurance?
100 grand in medical bill, bro.
Yeah,
It's mind blowing.
cancer, bro.
Oh, cancer. Oh,
and
s-
and 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 over 100 grand a bill. And how do you pay that off if you're only making 4,000, 5,000 a month? That's gonna take you 25 years, man. Like with all the bills that you're paying.
yeah.
Like, that's why I want to use this platform as well
Mhm.
to educate people out there,
Mhm.
and to also, because I know there's people out there that listens to this, not everybody, but I know there's a few people out
So
there
I
that
mean,
might
so
benefit it.
what would you say to people who want to start a business but are afraid of losing money?
Take the risk, man. Bro, like me, I took the risk. I took so many risks. I lost money on crypto. I lost money on the stock market. But guess what? I kept doing it. Consistency, bro. And then, once you get to a point where you're just like, holy crap, there's actually money to be made out there.
Yeah.
And then any business, bro, like you could just be like, let's say any business. Let's say you want to start your own store and you're scared. Oh, this might not go. But if you just keep going, eventually you're gonna break through that wall and start making money. But the thing is, you gotta be smart though.
Mhm.
You gotta be smart with your business and what you're actually doing. You
Yeah.
can't just be like, okay, let's see, and then keep
Let me
trying and
see the
keep trying.
business.
Yeah, right? You can't just do
Yeah.
that. You actually gotta be smart with what you're actually doing.
Yeah.
So I think actually take that risk, because what do you gotta lose? If you don't do it, you don't gain anything. If you do it, at least you have a chance to make something.
I mean, if you put business on the scale of school, you go to school for 4 years. In those 4 years, you're not actually making money, right? You're just
Yeah,
actually gaining skill sets
yeah,
that would later help you when you're done with school.
that's true.
But the thing is, people see business as they want to make money on the first day.
That's true.
So school, I mean, I'm not the richest man on the planet.
Yep.
My business is not, the highest,
Yeah.
doesn't have the highest worth. But like, I feel like, with knowledge I've gained, it's just like you can put it on the same rating as school. It's
Yeah.
like for the first 4 years, if you can treat it as school, where you're just actually learning the skill sets and learning how to do the business, I feel like more people will go into business. Most people want to go into business and, make so much money on the first year.
That's
It's
true.
tough.
It's tough, man. I'm not gonna lie, it's tough, bro. It's with anything though, right? I mean, I do believe that there's definitely good and bad in school.
Hmm.
I mean, the good part is it trains you to be disciplined, like you
Yeah,
said.
yeah.
Like in business, you gotta be disciplined,
Hmm.
man. Like when you say your shop opens at 8, or
Hmm.
let's say your school starts at 8, you gotta be there on time.
Yeah.
If you're late, you're losing money already.
I mean, especially in this winter, there are days you wake up and be like, man, I don't want to go to
Yeah,
school.
I do agree.
If you look at the buses during the
Yeah,
summer,
yeah,
the buses are usually full.
yeah,
When winter starts, the buses are full in the morning too for school. Or usually around this time, getting to the peak of winter,
yeah.
the bus is like a ghost town. No one's in the buses.
Interesting. I've never taken the bus for a long
Because
time, man.
I mean,
That's
it's
interesting.
it's it's easy to do it when it's easy to do.
Right.
How about when it's hard to do? There are so many things saying these days that, oh, don't go to school, just start a business.
Yeah.
But I feel like going to school would actually give you some skill sets that are
Oh,
actually transferable into business.
I agree.
Waking up every day, same time,
Yeah.
showing up, bro, showing up is really
The
important.
discipline.
Yeah,
I think that's the number one takeaway for school, bro.
yeah.
But I know there's some people out there that will say that school is, I mean, there's even me sometimes too. I think about it as what is school, you know?
Hmm.
But there's definitely some key skills that you're gonna take away when you go into the real world.
Yeah.
Like number one is discipline, like showing up on time, doing your homework, doing all the things that needs to
Hmm.
get done.
Yeah.
Like when you're in the real world,
Hmm.
like if you just do the work at your work or your own business,
Hmm.
and you don't do anything outside your work,
Hmm.
man, you're just losing money right there,
Yeah, you're not gonna
right?
like when
You're not
people say,
maximizing your
yeah,
capability.
and I feel like when people say, he's not growing, I feel like there is no such thing as staying in one place. I feel like if you're not growing, then you're declining. Like
Yeah,
there is no such thing. I mean,
it's like inflation.
yeah, if your business made 500,000 grand this year and 500,000 grand next year, you did not grow. You're not in the same place. You're actually declining. Just like
Damn,
yeah, because like what 500,000 could buy you this year,
it's not the same
it's
for
not the
next
same
year.
next year. So on paper, you're making the same,
Yeah,
but you're actually declining.
I agree.
Yeah,
That's the same as physical health too. That's
yeah,
the same as physical, like anything actually.
yeah.
I could think of it that way. It's the same with knowledge too.
Hmm.
If you're not reading books, it's the same, man.
Yeah.
Holy crap. I
And then,
never,
speaking of discipline, people are like, oh, I'm not motivated. Think about it this way. If you have a car
yeah,
and you rev the engine, you go like 10 miles and then you stop and then you accelerate again, than someone who is just going 20 miles consistently, who's going to use more fuel? Who's going to use more gas?
yeah,
So the guy who just accelerates once in a while uses more gas.
yeah,
So discipline, you spend less gas and then you get there like at
right.
the same time. So I feel like,
That's a really good point, bro.
yeah,
I'm not that's actually good. Um, that's a very good analogy.
yeah,
Honestly, I do agree on that though, It's the same as like the person who goes to gym every day, then the person who goes to gym every week, once a
yeah,
week. The person obviously that goes to gym every week is losing because they have to use all that energy on one day,
yeah.
and that one guy is just
Just
going.
going one
Yeah,
hour every day, just going.
that's true.
Yeah, like, personally, I'm not in the best physical
Yeah.
condition, but like, I mean, we try, right?
Yeah. No, I agree, man. We're
Make
all we're
efforts,
all not.
of
But
course.
the only thing that matters is that as long as if we're better today than yesterday,
Yeah,
and if we're moving to it's not about where you are today, it's about where you're heading,
yeah.
technically, It's like what is the path that we're heading? And even with me, bro, like jumping out of high school, bro, I was kind of jumping off different path,
Mm-hmm,
from business. I went to business in university
mm-hmm,
and jumping into firefighting.
mm-hmm,
And then, I took a few courses in South Tech,
mm-hmm.
which is the leadership skill
Yeah.
course. It was online, took that online. And then I took a few online courses, coding, and also
You
from
code?
a little bit,
What languages though?
C++. plus plus.
C++. Plus plus. It's really good though.
Yeah. And then I also from that I went to finance. So I think God's plan is better than our plan because we might think that we have a plan on ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
which
Are
is
you a religious man?
I wouldn't say religious. I would just say that I do believe in God, and I because religious is you're very devoted into one religion.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a person who believes in God, and I do believe that if you just have that connection between you and him,
Yeah.
I think that's what's matters. Because if you say religion, it's more like, let's say I'm a Christian, I just believe, or let's just say I'm a Muslim. No disrespect on any out there, but like, you just kind of believe on your religion. You're more religious than actually the connection between you and God.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
mean,
it's I think it's the relationship between the person and God. And to be honest, bro, like I do believe in God because imagine, how do we exist?
how do we exist? Through your mom and your dad. That's how you exist.
Exactly, but how did it start? How did it all start?
It all goes back.
How how do
Ever
we
heard of the Big Bang?
Right, I heard about Big Bang, but like, okay, who have you heard about Adam and Eve?
Yeah, I really don't want to go into religion.
But you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's like, and also like even with me, bro, like when I was in first school, I'm gonna be honest, man. Like I just kind of thought about it as the same as high school, where it's like, okay, if I'm just gonna show up and actually do the things in class,
Hmm.
I'm gonna pass. But you actually have to physically do your own studies and research
Yeah.
in order for you to pass, man.
Yeah. So, I
And
mean, going back to business here,
yeah,
like, what would you say is the best, like, mental model starting up a business?
ooh, that's a good one. I think the best one, bro, is, gosh, man. I think it's in here, bro.
Mm-hmm.
When you do a business, man, you just I think key factors that you gotta do is consistency. That's probably one. Um, Consistency is with anything, right? If you're starting a business,
Mm-hmm.
you need to be able to lead a team
Yeah.
and to be a good leader, because otherwise you're just gonna be a self-employed
Yeah. You
business
know,
by yourself,
I
right?
saw one analogy of a businessman. He says, if you're a startup, you do all the work, and then like if you want to grow, you have to learn how to, do something called delegation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
he
have to
says,
delegate some tasks.
yeah,
Yeah,
there is like what's important
yeah,
and what's pressing. Says as a CEO,
yeah,
he only does things that are important and pressing. If it's not important and it's not pressing, it's not a pressing issue, he employs someone. If it's important but it's not pressing, he
right,
delegates someone.
right,
Yeah, but if it's not important and it's pressing, that's what his secretary does.
right.
Yeah.
No, I've been thinking about this a lot, man. Like even with the leadership course that I took at Saspo Tech,
Hmm.
it did even say there, bro, that you need to be able to work with your team and delegate some tasks to your team.
Yeah.
I think with any business, as far as right now, as you know, as what we're doing right now, podcast, if I was to edit everything, bro,
Hmm.
I'd lose time with my family. I'd lose time as for doing other business
Hmm.
because I'd be busy editing, right? If I delegate this to someone, to be honest, man, like I don't know, maybe someone's listening out there right now.
Hmm.
Maybe someone's listening that wants to
Yeah.
become an editor for me. You might be from the other. I prefer outside Canada because it might be cheaper for me to pay them.
Yeah. Labor is really expensive here in
Labor,
Canada.
bro, it's
Man,
expensive, man. Minimum wage, bro. You gotta hit minimum at least.
bro.
So I need to find someone that is maybe Filipino if you are from Philippines, or maybe outside who is in a third world country, which is the conversion rate is gonna be a lot bigger.
Hmm.
That's what I would prefer because anything goes online now, man. I did actually hire someone before.
Yeah.
I wasn't very satisfied with the job they do, so I just kind of was like, okay, I'll just do it on my own.
Yeah.
Because us the person that actually wants to do something, we all have a vision, right?
Hmm.
And the vision is we want to, our standard is up here.
Yeah. That's the thing. That's the thing. If you start a business alone, I mean, you say if you want to go far, if you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, you go with people. Now you have to be careful with the people you go with.
Yeah,
If you
some
if
people could
you
hold you down.
yeah, some people. I mean, I've been in. You know, like I said earlier, I'm not the most successful businessman,
Yeah,
but sometimes you try and start up a business with someone where you don't just share the same vision as you, and then it's just difficult
I
because
agree.
you don't want to come off as over demanding.
Yeah,
Yeah, you want someone that can push you as well as you can push them.
that's true. You gotta push each other,
Yeah.
as you could have someone that is pushing each other because that's I feel like a competition wise,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's more
Yeah.
like, yo, let's do this, it's rather than someone holding you down.
Yeah, because I mean, like human beings are naturally built to be competitive, especially men. I'm not trying to be sexist or anything, but
Yeah.
if I were to do push-ups on my own, I'll do like a certain amount. But if we were to do push-ups now, I'll probably do almost two times as much as I would do just because I'm competing with you, right? So
Yo,
yeah,
that's true. That's true. I've heard that before, and
yeah,
it's true, man. Even when you play basketball, man, like
mm-hmm,
you're pushing yourself harder than
yeah,
because you're competing with somebody.
mm-hmm,
It goes with anything,
yeah. I
not
mean,
just sports. Could be in business. It could be in school.
yeah. And just like a very basic example is, just go to the gym one day with someone who goes to the gym as much as you do, and then you see how much more you would do.
I heard this quote. I forgot what it was, but it was more like if you surround yourself with very productive people and you're the one that is not as productive, you're gonna be productive as much as that person.
Yeah.
But if you're a productive person and hanging out with very less productive people,
Mm-hmm.
you're most likely gonna drop your value, decreases your
Yeah.
productivity to a lower percentage.
Yeah. That's
Because
just you're the sum of the five people you hang out most with.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's very true, man. And you know what? Like I've heard that for a long time. and I never really took it seriously until maybe 2 years ago, 3 years
Mm-hmm.
ago.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I have a lot of, maybe they're listening now. Who gives a fuck?
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot of friends that I hang out with every once in a while or
Mm-hmm.
every time before. Um, but you know, you don't see any growth
Mm-hmm.
within the group, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when you actually start, like what you said, like you're the sum of the five people in the group,
Mm-hmm.
is, or even I think it was the quote that I heard was like, if you hang out with five millionaires, you're gonna be the sixth one. I think it was something like
Bro,
that.
bro, that's
So
true.
yeah.
I heard one guy say one time, if there are five fools around, look around, there are six.
Yeah, I do agree.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to get at, bro. Like right now, lately, bro, like as of last year, man, I started hanging out with people that actually could give value,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and could actually um give me some knowledge
Mm-hmm.
that I can, you know, take, bro, the rest of my life, man.
Mm-hmm.
So when I started doing that, man, you know, at the beginning, it's hard because you're used to that lifestyle.
But you know something though, you need those kind of people around.
Yeah,
You like in as much as you need people that are, like productive people,
yeah.
you also need the non-productive ones around. I mean, yin yang, right? There has to be a
Shit.
balance.
Yeah, that's true.
Not everyone can be a billionaire.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Damn. I just thought about that, man.
Yeah, you actually
You
do need them
actually,
around.
that's true. Yeah, that's true. But no, I'm not gonna lie, man. Yeah, no. I was trying to get at, like, you know, I started getting myself around people in the finance world, and
Mm-hmm.
actually people
Mm-hmm.
that are actually making six, seven figures, bro. And it kind of changes your mindset, man.
A
And
year or a month.
it doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter if it's a year or a month or so, but as long as you get a start, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That first day, man, I started hanging out or talking to people that are actually making seven figures, bro.
Mm-hmm.
They're just regular people. That's what I found, bro.
Yeah.
People that actually making seven figures, you might think that, oh, holy crap, he might be up there, he's rich. But bro, when you actually have a conversation with them,
Mm-hmm.
they're just a regular people, man.
Yeah.
Like but back then I thought they were like, oh yeah, yeah, he's out of my league now, like
Yeah.
he's not in my level. But
Yeah.
when you actually have the genuine conversation of,
Mm-hmm.
you know, how they did it, man,
Mm-hmm.
they say the same thing, you know, consistency, just keep working.
And then it
And
sounds it sounds so cliche after some time, but it's all the same thing. I mean,
yeah,
if you have zero knowledge of chess today, I mean, I'm kind of rusty. I'm not as good as I used to be.
yeah,
But if you have zero knowledge of chess today and you play chess every day for the next 365 days, I bet you're gonna beat me anytime, any day because I've not practiced, right?
yeah,
I mean, that's like it's so basic, but it's the same thing transferred to every sector of life.
agree.
Yeah, if you put in time in your business every day,
Yeah, it
like
accumulates.
yeah, it's gonna like it may not be like worth billions of dollars,
Yeah,
but it's gonna grow.
but you're growing.
Yeah,
You're better today than yesterday.
yeah,
I think that's a key takeaway, bro. I think it's for all the viewers and listeners right now.
yeah,
I think if you want to be successful in anything, you know, you gotta be consistent, and you gotta be able to leverage your business and find people that are actually genuine to help you, because
yeah.
we all gotta help each other in order to succeed. um like you said, it's not gonna be worth a lot, but at least, as you know personally, that you're not cheating yourself,
Mm-hmm.
you're growing every day,
Yeah,
you know. Like when you say you're gonna do 20 push-ups and you only do 10,
hmm,
basically you're just cheated right there.
yeah,
You know, like
yeah. I mean,
you're
if
cheating
you
yourself
yeah
basically.
if
So
you're true to yourself,
like you just gotta stay consistent and keep pushing yourself, man. Like I'm very glad that this year, the
hmm,
beginning of this year, bro, really set the goal that one of the big takeaway was to really pass my exam and get my license.
yeah.
And I'm very happy that I did that, you know, early this year, because
Did you
I
say dream or goal?
dream or goal. I
Yeah,
think a goal, bro.
yeah.
You have a dream, but you gotta set a goal.
I don't have dreams.
Yeah,
I have goals,
yeah.
and then when you achieve one, it's on to the next.
It's on to the next one.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I mean
that's from if you've ever seen Suits, that's from Harvey Specter. He
that's good.
he said it
But
one
but I
time.
think here's the thing though. We all have a dream, but we have to set a goal for our dream.
I say it this
That's
way.
really deep.
I see a
It's
dream
deep.
as I see a dream as fiction, and I see a goal as reality. You wake up and you're like, oh, I want to drive in the best cars. That's a dream. But when you wake up, oh, I want to drive in the best cars. This is how I'm gonna do it today. I'm gonna go meet some people. Tomorrow, I'm gonna make 300 cold calls. You're setting goals, right? That's what you're doing. Like everyone has dreams.
That's true.
Everyone has like I feel like the average person has a dream of, different people have different things. Not everyone is as driven as you are.
Yeah.
Some want to drive in the fastest cars, some want to live in the best houses,
Yeah.
some want the best family, some wants, the most loyal women.
Yeah.
Like some people different people want different things, right?
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, but like I feel like if you're having more dreams than goals, then there's a problem.
Yeah. I think we all gotta set a goal, man. But then I feel like when you set a goal, you gotta at least get to that goal and get to that finish line.
Yeah,
Because if you just set a goal and you don't put the action on a daily basis, you just have a dream. You don't have a goal,
yeah,
you know?
yeah,
If
that's
you
true.
if you have a goal and you're not putting the action every day to reach that goal, you're just dreaming, right?
Yeah, you're dreaming, you're in your sleep.
Yeah, basically. But I think, like, I do agree, man. We all have a dream and whatever it is, but we want to be rich. We want to have all this cash, um, because that's how money involves now. But I feel like the more knowledge you know, the more knowledge you learn, it's like you have different perspective and
Yeah.
multiple things, man. Like right now, from all the books and from all the things that I've read or know, is that I do have a different perspective with money now.
I mean, I'm
Some
gonna
people,
make I'm gonna make a comment, and I want you to comment on this statement.
okay,
Money doesn't buy happiness.
I agree.
You do.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Does poverty buy happiness?
Well, if you put it that way, yes. But if you're, I don't know how I would say that. Okay, if you're a poor person and you have money, obviously it will buy you happiness, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then if you're at a level where you have all this knowledge about money, how to make money, and what is money all about? What is money, bro? Like paper. It's cash, bro. What is $20 bill? What if the value of Canadian dollar disappears? It's garbage, nothing,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? If they print too much money, if they print too much Canadian dollars, inflation happens like crazy. Too much money, $100 is not going to be worth $100. So basically, the value of it is paper.
Mm-hmm.
What can you do with a $20 bill? Wipe your ass,
Yeah.
right?
I
Like,
mean, I totally agree. The
right?
actual
So,
value is assets.
right, right. So that's where I'm trying to get at. It's like money doesn't really buy you happiness as
Mm-hmm.
far as that, but I get your point because that's what the currency is in the world now,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you do have to understand what money is first, right? Like money is just a tool. Money is a tool to give service
I think money can buy you happiness.
in a certain way. I would say so. Yeah, in a certain way. It's a yes or no. It's like a
I
yin
mean, if
yang.
I'm gonna be unhappy, then I'm gonna be unhappy in a yacht in the Bahamas. I mean, that's I mean, you're unhappy, but
Uh,
like you're in a home where the rent's almost due and you don't know how you're gonna pay the next rent. But I'm unhappy in my private jet.
that's true.
I
I
prefer to be that
mean,
kind of unhappy though.
but then that person probably knows something that you don't know.
The guy in the private jet or the
Yeah.
guy in the
The guy in the
apartment?
private jet knows something that you don't know.
I
That
mean,
the person is,
clearly.
trying to pay paycheck to paycheck,
Hmm.
trying to live off that. The person on the jet they probably knows something that the person on the paying getting paycheck to paycheck don't know. You know what I mean?
But the point is money can buy happiness. Like,
It
I
does in a
mean,
certain way.
they're not mutually exclusive. They're not mutually exclusive. In the sense that you can be rich and happy, and then you can be poor and unhappy. Like there's actually no, you know, there is little physical relation because, like, I mean, you ever heard of downward spiral? You lose your job, and then you lose your car, and then you lose your wife, and then you lose your kids, and then you lose your everything. But there's also upward spiral.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Oh fuck, that's actually good to know, man.
yeah,
Oh, now that I think about it, it's more, yeah. It's like the snowball effect,
yeah,
down the hill.
yeah,
Once you start losing shit,
yeah. It's
holy crap. No, I agree. But I mean, on the way up is harder.
yeah. The
So,
way
I
up is
mean,
harder.
there's always hard with anything, right? This is what I think. There's always hard in anything. Being poor is hard, but being rich is hard. You gotta pick which hard you want to take.
Yeah, being poor is hard.
It's hard in some way,
I mean,
yeah.
to be poor is hard. No, no, to become poor is easy, but to be poor is hard.
Right. To be poor is hard, and to be rich is also hard.
Yeah.
But which hard do you want to take?
No, no, I think I'm gonna correct you.
Okay.
I think to become poor is easy.
Okay. Yeah.
To be poor is hard.
Yes.
But to become poor is hard. But to be no, no, to become rich is hard.
It's hard.
But to be rich is easy.
Yeah.
I think so.
To
Maybe.
be rich, it depends, you know, because there's so many definitions with rich, right? Like people think about rich in many ways. What is rich? You know, there could be people that's
If you
rich in
ask me what
love.
is rich, how
It,
being able to, essentially, buy anything you want. Like right now, I may be feeling, I need a break, and then I want to be somewhere in an island. I can't. Why? Because financially, it's like I'm gonna be wrecked, right? But like, if you can get to that level of, you know what, I actually need a break, and I need to go to somewhere.
wherever.
Yeah,
That's what you call financial freedom.
yeah,
And in order for you to get there, you have to do what other people that are out there that's doing that already, you need to be doing the same thing as those
yeah,
people. Otherwise, if, I mean, you know, like I said, if you're setting a goal that is you're not really doing on a daily basis, you're
mhm,
just doing the same thing. Let's say you set a goal to become a millionaire and you're just waking up late, you know, at the end of the day, you're not gonna reach that goal, right?
yeah.
You're not gonna become a millionaire
It's
and
just
have
gonna
the
be a
financial freedom.
dream.
Yeah. So I think you gotta do something extreme because an average person is just you know waking up on a Monday to Friday to go on their shift. Like, what do you do outside those hours? We all have 24 hours,
Yeah,
you know? Like, after today, I still got so many things I gotta do. There's other people out there on a Saturday, they're just relaxing.
yeah. I
You know
mean,
what I mean?
so there's this thing that people say. Do you think the amount of sleep you get is has any effect whatsoever on your work?
I would say so. Yeah, because think about it. When you have 2 hours of sleep, how do you feel when you wake up?
Like,
And when you have 8 hours of sleep,
mhm,
how do you feel when you wake up? Compare it. You know what I mean? Like you feel good. So
mhm,
then the productivity of your work would be higher than when you have 2 hours of sleep. You work smarter when you have longer hours to sleep
yeah.
than two
I
hours of
mean,
sleep.
not to say you go sleep for 10 hours. That's just too much.
10 hours is I think that's you're, no, that's too much.
Yeah, that's too
I
much.
think a good sleep is between five is even good. It really depends on the person, but I think a good is 6 to 8.
6 to 8. I mean, 8. Like if you have stuff to get done, I mean, you can sacrifice 1 hour, 1 hour, one
Yeah,
and a half hour of sleep. Have like 6.5. You're not gonna die. I don't think it's even gonna significantly affect your productivity. I just think there is a base amount of sleep you should get as a human being. I mean, 5.5 to 6. You're still gonna be able to function, right?
right.
But there are just people who say, "Oh no, don't go to sleep. Like just keep working." No. Like if you keep working, you're not gonna achieve anything.
Yeah.
I think you actually need to sleep.
You get burnt out
Yeah, but don't just sleep for
after
too long.
yeah,
I
if you do
mean,
it too long. But no, I do agree, man. There's a study with sleep, you know, how it could increase your productivity and decrease your productivity if you have
yeah,
less.
yeah,
There's studies, and I do believe that it does have a big effect for sure.
yeah,
Like with me, you know, I try to get as much sleep as I can to increase my productivity.
yeah,
And not every day you get the luxury to have, you know, 6 hours of sleep, right? Some
yeah,
days you're gonna have like four,
yeah.
maybe three.
Typical weekdays, I have somewhere between 5.5 to
Yeah,
6. But like weekends, I try to get like 8.
yeah,
Even on weekends, there are things I need to get done.
yeah. No, that's the key, man.
Yeah,
Because you're basically putting yourself one step ahead than the person
yeah.
who's not doing anything on the weekend.
I feel like at this point, it's really not much about comparison. It's
Yeah,
just really much about, I want to be better like yesterday than today.
right.
Like, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
chop off what doesn't need to go there.
What were we talking about again?
We're talking about consistency, about sleep, bro. That was
Yeah,
the
sleep.
last.
I
We're talking
mean,
about sleep, man. But I think I want to go into I want to talk about like the comparison about from you know, as you can tell, we're both from different countries.
mhm,
We're immigrants from this. It just happened that we kind of landed on this part of the world.
yeah,
And I just kind of want to talk about the comparison from your experience from
mhm.
back home and here. Like what what would you say as far as let's say food, because everybody eats at home and everybody can relate with that,
Hmm.
and everybody eats here. So like, what would be your take as far as like the food here and the food back home?
The food back home is always better.
It's always better,
It's
eh?
always better.
Yeah,
I mean, there are some good dishes here,
yeah.
but like I feel like, you know, no place like home.
I agree, man.
Yeah.
That I do feel the same way. But I think the only comparison I could think is that the food here is we have easy access
Hmm.
to any food. If you go to the grocery store,
Okay.
no, what I mean is like fruits, let's say like the day-to-day fruits,
Hmm.
bread, milk, like meat. We have easy access because of how the production is right now, right? Like with the farming, how farming technology is getting
I
better.
feel like it's more accessible in my country though.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I'm
like,
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
okay, so how is agriculture in your country?
Bro, that's actually true if you really think about it. Because imagine this, okay? If anything happens in your country, you're probably gonna be able to reproduce to plant some vegetables in your backyard. You're probably able to have your own farm in your backyard, in your air, in your
Yeah.
land.
Yeah.
But here you can't do that, man. If imagine if the trucks, trailers,
Hmm.
all the ships coming in Canada to ship all the food or all the products,
Hmm.
imagine if everything stops. We
Or
would all starve in Regina.
just like something happens to the road, just like
Yeah,
a big chunk of it just goes out.
yeah. We're yeah, exactly. Imagine. Imagine if
Water.
like imagine if like part of the land on the road just kind of collapsed,
Hmm.
or whatever happens. You never know, right? There's a split between the land,
Hmm.
road stop, trucks stops coming in here. We are toast, man. What do we eat? Snow?
Snow, yeah. Snow. There's actually a lot of nutrition in snow, you know.
Snow is water, so I mean lots of nutrition in water, right? So
But
yeah, that's the thing, right? Like
it's
I
gonna
do
be
I do get your point. Same with my country. I would say for sure that there's definitely a lot of you have more advantage over
yeah.
there than here.
That's
But
that's
over
that's
here, they just made things easier as far as accessibility, right? As far as like today.
mm.
But tomorrow, we don't know. But if you think about back home, we do have a future for tomorrow if anything goes wrong.
What happens if? What do you think would happen if like there's a total power outage, like zero electricity in the country for 1 hour? What would happen?
I do the businesses would get affected for sure. Um, for 1 full hour, a lot could happen, man. There, because there's people out there that's got solar panels, batteries. They might have access. Are we talking about like magically everything out, or
Yeah,
are we
just
just
like
thinking about like the coal mine is just stops and electricity stops,
like
except the solar panel and batteries? Like, are you thinking about magically, boom,
yeah,
nothing?
like no form of electricity. What happens?
Holy crap, man! The world would go crazy, bro. Don't
Yeah,
you think so though? Like it
first of
would.
all, like a lot of people are gonna die because so many people are on life support in the hospitals.
That's one. Okay, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and then like
Yeah,
some planes may crash because
yep,
like they can't communicate to the control tower.
that's true. Yeah,
And then, businesses, a lot of money is gonna be lost just
yeah.
out. I mean, that's really all I can think of now. But it was just a random thought that came to my head. Nothing
Bro,
really.
you know what? Like I do have the same thought like that sometimes too,
Yeah,
like just random thoughts, like
yeah.
what would happen if this happens, right? Like imagine like I even have this thought too, like what if the Earth shifts even just like 5 kilometers away from the sun? Even just that kind of thought, man, like what would happen? Even 1 kilometer away from the sun.
There was a point in my life when I could answer that question like accurately, But now, nah.
So, what do you think would happen, bro?
But
Like
I know it's gonna be catastrophic.
right. There's gonna be a big. Imagine if an asteroid hits Earth and shifts Earth.
And ship's Earth. Imagine if oxygen disappears for 5 seconds. Do you know what's gonna happen?
I could hold my breath for 5 seconds, so I think I'd be okay.
It's worse than that. So in your car, every car that is going stops. because it's a combustion engine. Oh, only the Teslas are gonna be active, but like it's a combustion engine, so every car stops.
Hmm.
That's one. And then the oceans, everything in the ocean disappears. Why? Because water is H2O, and then if oxygen disappears, it's all gonna be gas. Hydrogen is highly inflammable, so anything could spark and explode. And then everything, like once there's no oxygen in the world, everything moves to the center of the Earth so fast. I think if oxygen leaves the Earth for 5 seconds, I think nothing is gonna exist anymore. It's not just about holding your breath, right? Oxygen does so many other things in the world.
Holy crap! I never thought about it that way, bro.
Yeah.
That's actually crazy.
And then the radiation from the sun
Yeah.
becomes so hot,
Right.
too hot.
I never thought about that, man. That's
Everything
true.
burns.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Holy crap.
So whoever did it, whoever did the chemistry, did it so perfectly.
Damn. That's actually so true.
Or is it physics?
I mean,
I
even
don't know.
yeah, no, like even details like that, right? Like every single detail, God really created it for humans to be alive and out here.
Yeah.
If you really think about it, right? Like every detail, bro.
Yeah.
The amount of oxygen you need,
Yeah.
the amount of food you need,
Hmm.
like every detail, the amount of blood you need in your system,
Detail.
the detail, man. Like
It's
holy
crazy.
crap.
And that's also something you need if you want to succeed in the business world.
Yeah,
The
the
detail.
details. Yeah, I do agree, man. The small details, bro.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I've got some great success in my cutting hair because every time I do, like I said, it's not always a good cut, but it's
Hmm.
always what can I improve, right?
Hmm.
Improvement and the detail of the haircut.
Hmm.
And that's where I focus on, man.
Yeah.
Because like I don't want my canvas walking around crappy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because
I want
like,
a nice canvas out there.
yeah, haircuts is one of those things where your work is your promotion.
I do agree, man.
Yeah.
And then most of the people that come to me is
Fancy giving me a
word of
haircut?
the mouth, man. Yeah, I got you,
Yeah.
man. I got you. Yeah,
Okay.
might not be today, but we have to schedule it.
Of
Yeah,
course.
we'll schedule it. I'll give you one for sure. We'll shoot. We'll definitely do that.
Hmm.
And you know what? Earlier before we started this podcast, we had a
Hmm.
conversation about having a podcast while cutting hair. That's a very
Yeah,
good
that's
idea, man.
that's that's true.
That's a very good
We
idea.
could definitely try that.
Yeah, we could definitely try that. I don't know about this though. Maybe I'll get like a camera mic that we
Hmm.
could attach on like here.
Yeah.
Would be a lot easier rather than having all these cables
Hmm.
running around
Hmm.
there.
I mean, it's good. You're growing, right?
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, it's
maybe.
still the best in Regina, but he's
Yeah,
growing.
yeah. This is the best in Regina,
Yeah.
bro. What else is out there? Nothing.
I don't know, nothing.
I don't think there's anybody else doing podcasts in Regina.
I mean, there are a couple of
I mean,
people
not just Regina, the whole Canada, bro. This is the best podcast in Canada, bro. What are you talking
in the
about?
world.
The world, bro. The world. What are you talking about, man? We're the best podcast in the world.
Yeah.
You're gonna manifest that, the words is very powerful.
Yeah. I mean, it's good to think, but like, once in a while, say these things out.
Yeah,
Say them out.
I do agree, man.
Yeah.
'Cause when you say it, man, the words have an energy vibration, bro, that actually it's so good. It manifests it.
Yeah, and then in your mind, you don't wanna be wrong.
Yeah,
You wanna say something and you wanna mean it. Like, I
right.
mean, it's one of those things, discipline, being a man of your words, right?
Yeah,
Not going back on your words,
yeah,
saying something sometimes, but like it doesn't favor you, but because you said it, you have to
yeah.
do it.
Yeah, you gotta practice what you preach.
Yeah.
People say, "Oh, you gotta do 100 push-ups, guys," and then they themselves are not doing it, so they're not practicing what they preach,
Yeah.
basically. I think right now we had a good podcast. You
Yeah.
know what, man? It's very great talking to
You
you,
know,
and
I walking out of here, I'm definitely more knowledgeable.
okay,
Yeah.
that's good, man. You get to learn something new every day.
Yeah.
I think that's the key takeaway here. Even with me, bro, like there, we're human beings. There's
Hmm.
some days where we're lazy, where we
Hmm.
don't want to do
Of
anything,
course, of course,
right?
there are days
But
like that.
yeah, so I think the key takeaway is actually just at least do something every day.
Yeah.
Even I'm not gonna lie, bro. When I was doing my studying, like there's some days where you don't want to open the book, right?
Of course.
But I made a promise to myself,
Hmm.
at least one page if I don't feel like anything.
Yeah, at least one
And
page.
you know what, bro? When that first page happens,
Hmm.
it's kind of like, holy crap, I'm interested what the next page says now.
Yeah.
And then you
Yeah.
kind of keep going.
Yeah.
So I think you just gotta keep doing, like even when you're working out, once you get going, you get to the momentum. you just kind of end up working out the whole way. It goes with anything. So I think the key takeaway today is honestly learn something new every day, consistency. Keep working on your goals, not just dreams.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just gonna be dreams. And honestly, man, as immigrants here, we got a lot to learn, bro.
Yeah, so much,
We have a lot
about the
to learn.
system itself.
I agree.
Yeah, and even in my world as a developer, that's what I do. That's what
Yeah,
I'm going to school for. Building like websites, applications, managing databases.
yeah,
It's the same thing. Like if you don't keep, improving your skill sets every day, you're just gonna get left behind, and it happens really fast.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah,
That's actually pretty cool, man. Yeah, when we're done here, maybe I'll show you the website I have running. Maybe
yeah.
I don't know. I got it up. I didn't really code anything. I
Mm-hmm,
just kind of used a really basic platform
mm-hmm.
to just build my website.
Yeah,
I didn't want to take the time to code.
yeah, yeah,
You sometimes you gotta work smart than work hard, right?
yeah, yeah,
So I'm just
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
so that's what I did, man. I was just like, yeah, let me just pay for this thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it's valid, right?
yeah.
You can't get to do every single
Because
thing.
I think you have to look at your goal. What is your goal for your website,
Mm-hmm,
right? Like if you put it that way. My goal was just to market a few of my things, to book appointment. And I'm like, okay, there's platforms out there where I can just pay and have those access,
mm-hmm,
right? And rather than me spending so much time on coding,
mm-hmm.
I'll just pay that amount in order for me to get that what I need.
Yeah,
So and
focus your
then
time on
I
other
mean as
stuff.
a for the coder's perspective or developer's perspective, obviously you want to go into details about it, right? Because
Yeah,
obviously you probably have a goal in mind where maybe one day you want to create a website for people where people can pay you instead of you pay them,
yeah,
like what I'm doing, right?
yeah,
So there's definitely pros and cons in what you want to do. So all right, I think we had a good podcast. We have
yeah,
close to an hour, bro. It was very nice talking to you again, my man. And I think it's always good talking to you, bro. Like this is probably like our what fourth, fifth time talking.
yeah,
I mean, like a good conversation, maybe twice. This is our second time we actually had
yeah.
a good conversation
Mm-hmm. Or maybe
because,
third, second.
yeah,
Yeah.
but every time we meet, it was just kind of like very short, right?
Mm-hmm.
And actually, this time we had a good conversation.
Yeah.
We actually got into details about like as far as life and getting to know you better, bro. And yeah, I think we had a good podcast. And if you guys like this podcast, make sure you follow my boy Elvis out here. He's from Regina, moved all the way here. But man, we
Yeah.
got some work to do, bro.
We
We
do,
got
we
some
do, we
work,
do.
you know.
Thank you for having me here, Ron.
Absolutely, man. Anytime, bro. Like it's always have the good people in here that have the same mindset as I do. And also the people that actually have way more knowledge than I do, so I
Mhm.
can pick their brains,
I don't
bro.
I don't consider myself really knowledgeable.
I
I
mean,
mean,
you have some stuff that I don't know, bro. And I know that's just the tip of the iceberg that we talked about today.
yeah.
There's probably more underneath that water. It's just the tip, bro. Right? That's what I always, whenever I talk to people that are, very successful, bro.
Hmm.
I always think about there's more than what they say.
Yeah.
There's more work. There's more things that they actually can share.
For people
But
who talk more than they actually do, you have to watch what they do. And for people who do more than they actually talk,
yeah,
listen to what they say.
right. That's good.
Yeah.
Might clip that, bro. Gotta clip that. Gotta clip that. Let me see. It keeps shutting off here. But anyway, it was nice talking to you again, bro.
Yeah.
I think we wrap up this podcast here and we'll
Yeah.
edit this and we'll put some clips out there, bro,
Hmm.
to market this, man.
Yeah.
We'll definitely do this again, bro.
Of course.
And man, after a while, bro, we finally got to sit down and do this, man. I think this is the third time we
Yeah.
booked this. Hey,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
booked
yeah.
the first time, had
It
to
was always
cancel.
something coming up,
Yeah.
like
And then the last time something came up again.
yeah,
And finally, this time we finally made it work, man.
yeah,
Like consistency, you gotta keep trying, right?
yeah.
If it doesn't work the first time,
Try
try it
again.
next time. Yeah,
Like, what's the worst that could happen? You fail, and then what?
yeah,
It's not gonna end.
that's true.
Yeah.
All right, man. All right, guys. Thank you all for tuning in on this podcast. Like what I leave everybody in here. Chase your dreams, everybody.
And have goals.
Have goals. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything you gotta say, bro? You wanna plug your Instagram? You wanna plug anything?
Uh,
Shout out to your family, maybe back home. They
I'm
wanna
good.
listen to this before we end this.
Obviously gonna clip some parts, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm good. I'm really not active on Instagram. I mean, I have an Instagram
Yeah.
account, but like it's really
Yeah, it's just like probably for personal messaging,
yeah,
just for the purpose of, connecting to people for
yeah.
sure.
I mean, I like actual,
Yeah.